All right, folks, it's a pleasure to be with you for another TBC Live broadcast. This is my TBC Live broadcast number 566. This is, again, broadcast number 566. And, folks, it's an awesome opportunity to be with you all today, okay? Folks, this is, I'm going to talk about abundance part 2 today. This is abundance part 2. I did part 1 yesterday, and I see that it was featured on the blog, and I did thank admin so much for that. So let's go right to the blog right now first, okay? I'm going to share my screen. Before I do that, let me make sure Merlin, you there, honey, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I was just wondering when you turn your audio on. Okay. All right, thank you, baby.
Okay, you want me to mute it?
Well, yeah, you can go ahead and don't mute it yet, but I'm gonna come in and ask you some questions about this, what we're talking about, because I know Christine Tango is supposed to be coming on, and Tenny probably show up too. Some more people may show up.
Okay.
So we can have a little discussion on this.
If I can answer you, honey, I got someone in the office.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so folks, I'd like to thank you all for being here. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and mute because I know people are going to be coming in. All right, folks, I'm going to share my screen first and go right to our blog. Let's do that first. And the first one right on the blog is right here. It's the one the admin put here. This is what I did yesterday. It's a very good subject matter. Okay, and it says it was my TBC. It was my TBC 565th live broadcast, and it's called a subject of abundance, and this is abundance number 1. That was my first part. This is the second part today. I'm going to review some things that I talked about yesterday and just talk about a little bit more, okay? All right, because it's a very good subject matter, okay? And it was first on the blog today, the admin put there, all right? This one right here is a commission request are live now, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go through this, okay? I'm going to go through this, and then I'll get to my, after I go over the blog, I get to all my subject matter. I'd like to thank Christina for coming too. Okay, it reads as such. The commission request form is now live on your KCBO. You can find the form under account commission request. This form is required for members who wish to exchange TBC in excess of 100 kringles. If you would be sending a transaction larger than 100 kringles, you should fill out this form in order to avoid having your send button suspended while commissioner investigates the nature of your transaction. It says there are 5 different reasons you can send kringles, and are detailed in the image. To submit, provide either the USD amount or the amount in kringles you wish to send, the recipient's email address or their wallet address, and select the reason. If you choose other, a small text box will be presented where you can briefly explain your transaction. Once completed, submit your form, and the commissioner will either update your status to okay, denied, revised, or pending. If denied, you must set another reasonable request. This request will be closed. If revised, the commissioner will give you details on how to update your request. The edit function, it says the edit function will be available to you. If okay, go ahead with the transaction, but save your receipt or proof of exchange. So you should save that, okay? If pending, your request has not been reviewed yet. So keep in mind that if it's pending, they haven't given it okay yet. Commissioner hasn't yet. The commissioner will review the sent transactions and compare the request before suspending accounts. But any transaction over 100 kringles without a request will result in your send button being suspended. Okay? Submit only one request per transaction. You may not ask to send multiple transactions using this form. You must submit one request per transaction. 1 request per transaction. Please do not contact support to inquire of the status of your pending or denied transactions. You may submit a new request if these are denied. A pending status means that the commissioner has not reviewed your request yet. Okay, keep that in mind. A pending status means the commissioner has not reviewed your request yet. The commission will review your transactions requests daily. If you make a mistake in your request, you may edit it while it's pending. Okay, so if you make a mistake, you can always edit it while it's pending. But once the commission has reviewed it and changed the status, if you need to change it, simply send another request. See, people need to really read this, okay? Each transaction request submitted will be compared to your actual transactions. Do not submit a request for less than 100 kringles, only for the transaction of 100 kringles or more, okay? And this is the form that showed right here. So I hope all TBCNs that's making transactions, please read this article. It's updated, okay? All right, John Wood shares his cash flow story. And this is the good video. I'm not going to play this video. You can always go to blog.thebillioncoin.info and play this, okay? Because you can't really hear it from my laptop, okay? Okay, now it's going back to tomorrow's, tomorrow now. So, folks, I'm going to come out of this because I want to jump right into my subject matter for today. And folks, as you may have seen on the blog, you saw my my broadcast from yesterday, which was my 565th broadcast, and it was on the subject of abundance. And I was pulling it from one of my mentors, Darren Little, who gave a fantastic video on his YouTube channel about abundance. And I'm gonna do a little review first, and then we're gonna go on and talk about it more. And this was his question to the world. The question was, is everybody, all mankind, women and mankind, are all women and men around the world deserving of abundance, or is it just for a chosen few? I'm gonna say that again. Is all people around the world deserving of abundance, or is it just for a certain few? Now, what I was saying yesterday, and this is just a little review part of my presentation today, is that abundance is supposed to be for everyone on this earth. As it's subscribed is right in the Bible, that we should live life abundantly, right? But for some reason, there are thousands and thousands of people, and maybe millions of people around the world that's in poverty, or don't have. If they're not in poverty, they're not having abundance. And so what he was saying is that we're not talking about in terms of your ego. We're not talking about things of your pride. We're talking about of your self-worth. Because abundance is here. He's saying abundance is here. We were talking about from neck up. We're talking about what's here, the mindset. You know what he did? Well, I'll get to that part in a minute. He said also that, we often have what we call a dam, like a dam in a river. We put a dam of the flow of abundance right in front of us, and we don't allow the abundance to come in. We don't open the door for it. We don't let it, and we don't do the things to improve this abundance, and this is our self-worth. And we don't do things to improve our self-worth. This is what he said. You should be doing a minimum of an hour per day and getting better than you were the previous day or the previous hour or the previous whatever, you know? You should be doing something, reading or listening to something that's very very insightful for your mind and your body. You know, you could be doing so much to improve yourself. And everybody's always want this abundance in their life, or they want something somebody else have, but they just don't understand how I can get it. They want it, but they don't know how to get it, or they're not willing to go forward to get it, because he said, because they don't feel like they're worthy of it. They don't feel they are deserving of it. And they may be around you talking about, man, let's get it, let's get it, let's go get this money or whatever we gonna get. But when they back by themselves, they're down on themselves, and they're probably thinking, oh man, I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't be a part of that. Well, it's no different here in the Billion Coin, folks. We have some TBCs that, and I believe people like, I'm gonna name some people, and I said this yesterday, people like Ace Fletcher and Mbe Derek, they are heavy hitters, and they are so great, and I believe in them. They know what abundance is about. But we have some TBCs in here who have never cash flowed, have never got any, not a penny of Bitcoin, have never participated in the whole cash flow system in TBC. And you know why? Because they don't feel that, they make excuses. See, this is the way they project. They make excuses. Well, I don't know I don't know how to do it, or they didn't enroll in any type of, when Randy Wilson was running his cash flow coaching, they didn't bother to pay that small fee per month that he charged per week. They didn't get with Mbe or anybody else to show them how to cash flow. And it goes back to what I'm saying. They're just not feeling they are deserving of it. Because here's abundance, folks. And here where everybody else is. They're not equal with abundance. They don't open their door, their hearts, their minds to abundance. Instead, they put blockages. They put a block right there in front of them. They block their blessings. They block this, they block that, and they just don't get it. Christina or Tindy or myself or Merlene or anybody else out there could tell them how to go forward to get abundance. But at the same time, they'll go back, oh, I got you, I hear you. But they'll go back when they're alone, and tears may come out their eyes. And they're all stressed out because they got all these bills coming through the mail. They may get here in the United States, they may get a knock on the door because they've been served by a deputy sheriff. They got to appear in court because they got a debt. They have to appear in court because they have a debt they haven't taken care of. And they're all stressed out. And they don't know how to get out. But guess what? The reason why people are remaining that way, because they got to change what's in here, your mindset. They don't understand that they are just putting more blockages, more blocks in front of you, like putting bricks in, like putting up a brick wall. And you can't go through a brick wall, can you? Not if you're a bulldozer or something, of some mechanical machine. But a human can't go through a brick wall. But they build their own brick walls for themselves. Their own self-worth is at an all-time low. It's not where it should be here. Aligned with abundance. Now let's take the Billion Coin, for example. That's one of the main things we talk about in the Billion Coin is abundance for all. Admin wants us to be millionaires and billionaires. But guess what Admin has put in the blog so many times? When in the heck is people, or I want to say, right? I'm going to say, when in the heck are people going to act like they're billionaires and millionaires? When are you going to act like it? You know why you can't act like it? Because you don't feel like you're worthy of it. You just don't want to be honest with yourself. You don't feel like you deserve it. You haven't taken the steps to learn about what money is. Oh, you'll go work on that job 8, 10, 12 hours a day, working for your money instead of learning how to make the money work for you. You see? You should be learning how to, okay, I would challenge some of these people that's just making the Bitcoin. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. How many people, now see, this is what I like about Ace when he do his broadcast, and his brother that's beside him. I don't know the other person's name, but he looks just like Ace. They look like they're brothers. They could be brothers. I don't know, but I'm going to say this much. What I love about them guys, they give money away in their broadcast. All that money, pesos, they got over 3 million pesos. They're giving small amount of money to people in their broadcast. They're not being selfish. They're being unselfish. They're being unselfish. I think about, guess what they're doing with their bird dogs? They're paying them to go out to spread the word of the Billion Coin, to get people involved. That's the same thing that MBA is doing. They're not holding on to all that income for themselves. They actually distribute it out to other people. So, folks, let me say to you something. I'm gonna bring Christine on first, and then I'm gonna bring on Tindy. Actually, I'm gonna talk to I'm gonna bring on Merlene first, my wife first. Merlene, are you there, dear? By any chance? Merlene, because she may say somebody, she may have somebody in her office. You're there, Merlene? Just unmute yourself if you can. She says she may have a nurse in the office, so she can't actually respond right now. But what I want to do is bring on Christina, and Christina, Christina, just unmute yourself if you can.
Okay, Stephen, I'm here.
Hello,
hi, Cindy.
You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying to you? Christina?
Yes.
Sure. Do you have anything you want to offer us today?
I heard you loud and clear, and I respond to you. I said I sold 800 this week, $800, and more coming next week. This is redemption month. I was not it just happened because I'm actively promoting right now, right? But when I was doing the course, I'm always cash flowing. I sold up to 4,700 1 week. 1 week. No, sorry, 1 month. 1 month when I was doing the Randy cash flow coaching. I was working then, you know why? Because I had to account myself, I was, and people, you're right, so right, Stephen, because a lot of people, they don't know anything. They don't even touch their millions in the wallet. They think they're going to spend it all out.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
right. If it was an ATM, they'll go out and try to cash it out immediately.
Exactly. You see, the reason is that they have to do the work. It's so typical. Like people, I know this is in Kenya. I sponsor a person in Kenya, his wife and his son and his daughter, and they have like 4 people with wallets with $2,500, and they can find places to buy their stuff in Kenya. I know it is in Kenya because Kenya comes up on the Bitcoin contest. Not many, but there is. And he tells me, "Oh, I can't do anything. Can you help me?" He's asking for charity. I don't do charity. You have to work. And even if you can't you can't promote you can't buy, you don't have any merchant to exchange your coins right now,
Mm-hmm.
you can earn Bitcoins. And when I'm telling him, it's like blank. You know, I give him video, all kinds of way I show him, but their minds are so closed that they don't want to open it and go get it. And that is why we are slow in bringing our numbers
Mm-hmm.
up. And now we're not. Now we're going like 1,000 a day and more. A couple thousand a day is going to be soon. 3,000-4,000 a day.
Right.
So I'm very excited about it, Steve. You said it. You know, people block their own abundance. They see it. I also told somebody yesterday or day before yesterday, you know, you can be a millionaire in one single day. And
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria, there's so many merchants where you can exchange your coins. He said, but I don't have 100 and, I said 130 because with fees and everything. I said, with $130 right now, tomorrow you can become a millionaire because it's redemption month. And I think he didn't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I gave him video. See? I really believe. He said, Mom, I'll try my best. If what I can do, I do my best, you know. And I said, young men like you, I sent you a video to him, to Rusha. I sent you a video, and now I remember I sent you a video to many young men in Nigeria. So they can see people like you, what you were doing. An example, I sent the send button meeting, the video from the send button meeting. That is very impressive. Why? Because it have the Ace and Gigi earning $60,000 in a month. I do my part in giving example to people, but when they're closed, they're closed. Some of them come around. When they do, we just have to give a hand and help them.
Right. They just close. They don't. When you say it to them, they don't believe it, and that's what I mean. They already can put up a block already in front of them because they're not recipient. They don't feel that. They're not saying it to you, but this is what they're feeling. They're not feeling that they're deserving of it. They don't feel like they're worthy. You know, they don't. They haven't trained them. They haven't reached out to get training and understand about giving or receiving. You know, they're not there. They're not there mentally yet.
They're not mentally. They're not used to it. They think everything is a scam.
Yeah, they think everything is against them. They think everything is against them.
I've been living that here for a couple of months, Stephen. They tell me straight in my face, not believe it. No se credita. They tell me straight in my face, no se credita, no se credita, no se credita. So you will see later, my own friend give me a hard time. That friend that I know for over 7-8 years, she give me a hard time. She said, "Oh, this is there any guarantee?" I said, "What the heck? Do you get guarantee when you go to the stock market? You know, the coin doesn't have a guarantee." I said, "It's measured by money." So I'm telling her husband said, "Well, I think it's measured by money. It's good." She said, "No, it's not measured. It's not backed. It's only measured by money." So when you do the stock exchange, is that a guarantee when you lose thousands in one day? And she couldn't answer me. Nothing is a guarantee. Is your money safe in the bank? Up to now, it is to you. It's safe, but many countries it's not safe. They're gone. Like I can name 3 countries right now. They don't have a currency.
See, the thing is, I am very, folks. I'm gonna put it to you straight, y'all straight today. That's here. I am very concerned about the mindsets of some of our TBCNs. I really am, because we can build this thing to a magnificent number, to 1 billion members. But if this right here is not straight on how to reach out and help other people, we are in trouble. Because we have built a whole lot of people and thinking, oh, I'm a billionaire, I'm a millionaire, I got all these billions and everything in our wallet. But are you looking down like you're looking down in a plane, like you're flying in a plane, or you got wings, you're looking at all the people that's in poverty? Are you really shower down and help those people? You know, are you willing to do that? That's the thing I want to know. So what I'm going to do now is bring in, because I know this brother got some on this subject. And that's Mr. Terusa Tendi. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, hello. Good evening. I'm doing fine. Greetings from this side. Nice to see you, Mom Christian. uh, yeah, actually, it's always nice discussing something like this. It's always very interesting, and it's a very serious topic actually, especially when you talk about abundance. Like to some people, it's like, what's that? Like it's a
Yeah,
word
right.
actually, but they see that they just perceive it whenever you just say abundance, they just perceive it as a word, and they don't see, they don't tend to try to look into seeing the strength, the value, and greatness in that word abundance,
All right.
which is actually a very serious problem, because one of those things in which we are having difficulty in people believing this, aside from even the let's say we involved in, maybe in the past involved in some scam and all of that,
Right.
in which
Right.
even up to now, if people are not careful, you
Mhm.
still fall into scams
Mhm.
because you are not satisfied with whatsoever you have at hand. You do not
Right.
believe solely in what you're doing right now. So you therefore can give your best into it. You can put your best into it. And so it shows that you are insatiable of your stand of being in the community and
Mhm.
having this abundance in which you are not seeing it. So you tend to be looking for more, aching for more out there. And it's not like it's not good looking for more, but it depends on your level of accepting your abundance, and
Mhm.
also understanding that you need to, first of all, mentally examine yourself and also try to know, because if you show that you are not satisfied with what you are doing, you are not assured, you are not having the full assurance of what you are doing, even though you have another one in which you're doing, you also have another one. Let's say you have three, and this one that tends to be in abundance, you are not
Mhm.
really opening your mind to able to see it. Then you will always fall for scam,
Right.
because a lot of people have this wealth right within their wallet, TBC currency right within their
Right.
wallet,
Right.
and they are not satisfied, they are not okay with it. So they tends to look for a way to do away with what you already have, something that is this big, bigger than any other thing you may have right now. But it's all about what? Trying to see the abundance nature in it, trying to see the greatness in it, you know?
Mhm.
Because a lot of people are so willing. For instance, now, let's say this mobile phone I'm using, in which I made use of, I think, 45,000 naira to purchase it while I was able to cash flow. Now, this very particular cell phone, a lot of people will be willing to give me even 10 TBCs in order to collect this phone. So that's more or less like ignorance. That's
Yeah.
ignorance.
Right.
And it's as a result of what? You not opening your mindset towards the abundance nature of this TBC community in which you are into. You don't appreciate the value. A lot of people do not appreciate the value, and that's a problem.
Mhm.
And aside from this, the abundance nature, it's somehow not accessible by many because of lack of self-esteem. Okay?
Right.
Now, if you
Right.
have self-esteem for yourself, you should be confident that yes, I am a Tibetian, and I'm very sure that I'm a Tibetian. And if you are a true Tibetian, you should understand the abundance nature in this wonderful community.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's only when, from your self-esteem, you may be able to say, yes, this is what I'm into, and I know what I'm into, and you will know what you're talking about,
Mhm.
because you fully understand what you're into. You
Mhm.
understand the abundance nature in
Mhm.
what you are into. So it's very, very important. Self-esteem in this, very, very important. And also, you do not wait for your glory. That's one thing I even said in my previous broadcast. I said, do not wait for your glory. Walk into your glory.
Walk into it.
Yeah, you need to walk into your glory. You don't have
That's
to wait
right.
for your glory. So people need to understand. We need to understand that in as far as TBC is an abundance-based kind of cryptocurrency, doesn't mean that it doesn't entail you to work and then you get all the abundance. Where does that happen? So a lot of people are thinking because the gift is given is issued out for free, and then you think there
Mhm.
is no task in which you have to participate or partake
Mhm.
or accomplish in order to get yourself preserving this wealth in which you have. One of it is that 8 grains of gold payment administration fee. It's one of it. If you want to
Mhm.
stay active, you want to enjoy abundance, then you need to understand that this is what you need to do.
Wait,
So
wait, let me
abundance
ask.
doesn't
I got
mean
a question to ask you. How many? I wonder how many people that's making all this Bitcoin are they learning how to multiply it for to help someone that's poor? How many people are doing that?
honestly,
I'm taking it to another level now. You know what I'm doing?
yeah,
I'm taking it
yeah.
to another level now. How many people are winning? How many people are taking this and helping people that are less fortunate? Because isn't that what we're supposed to be using our funds for? Isn't this
Yeah,
what
actually,
our mission is?
actually, that is what it is. And I was on a TBC Facebook live broadcast, in which I actually talked about the what is the importance. The question was, what is the importance of wealth?
Right.
If
What is the importance
it's
of
not
wealth?
to, yeah, if not to use it to help others, And
Right.
I asked, is your wealth? Who are we supposed to use our wealth on? Who are the people in which we are actually supposed to make the use of our wealth on? We talked about this even yesterday. So if you really have something, and maybe you have this Bitcoin in which you're talking about, and you're not really helping others, then what is the essence of your wealth? It's more or less like useless because you have it all for yourself. And
Right.
that is exactly what some people are doing right now. They
Mhm.
are seeing to the fact that, okay, I have the abundance nature of Kringles and TBCs right within my wallet. I don't need to go out sharing to other people. That
Right.
is greed. And there is no abundance in that too.
No.
So we need to understand that we need to keep sharing. That's
See
just the
what it
key. We
is. You
need to
got
keep
people.
sharing.
You have people that's getting abundance, but they still got a scarcity mindset.
Honestly. Because okay, you have this. It will not even take anything from the one you have to introduce someone or use a free credit on someone. It will only even give you more.
You
That
know,
is,
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
people need to.
If I had all this big, if I had, oh gosh, if I had millions of Bitcoin, I can tell you, you my friend, Tindy and Gabriel, both of y'all are real special to me. Y'all wouldn't even be living where y'all live right now. That's how bad. That's how much I want to have an influence on your lives, because y'all not even 30 years old, and you should be living like you're making it work despite what your conditions are. But we got people in TBC that making. I'm not complaining about them. I'm not just saying, but you got to make sure. That's why I love what Merlene and I are doing, our family doing in the Philippines. Admin says that is exactly TBC. Because if you're not feeding the hungry, if you're not clothing the hungry, if you're not providing, if you have the ability to provide medical needs, are you missing what we're trying to convey? What the message is? What the mission is? See, getting people out of poverty is not just a word. It's just not a phrase. It's specific things that has to happen to change a person's life from what it currently is. You got to change from what you are to what you should be, that God wants you to be. And that's why admin has built this concept. And I think it's the best concept, one of the best concepts ever created, this thing called the Billion Coin, because it's all designed to create abundance for all. It's all designed. And it's really designed to help those people in poverty. See, some of us have some abundance in our life. I'm sure Christine does. I do. I know Merlin. We have some abundance in our life, but we're trying to get more. But see, I'm trying to get more, and Marina trying to get more because we want to help people. We want to have people out there. We're serious about that. We already show evidence of that. We're serious about it. Eben knows it. That's why that was one of the main reasons why Eben pointed me that being ambassador of goodwill, the first one. It doesn't mean that's going to be the only one. There hasn't been officially put on the blog, but people know what it is because of what the efforts that we've already done. So we want to, you know what Eben said to me recently? Eben asked me, asked me, do you want to go to India? Now, the only issue what it is that it could be a conflict for me for two other things that I want to do in February. That I missed one. I missed the big thing last year. It was a big event put on, and then I missed. It was put on our Super Bowl day, but it's in February this time, later in February. I don't know if I'll be able to go or not. I want to be there, but I don't know if I'll be able to yet. I just can't give a yes or no answer yet. But I can just say this much, folks. I'm just back to what we were talking about. This could be a discussion that go on a whole week, really. You think about it, because we all know what the problem exists. We know what the problems exist here in our TBC community. See, folks, I don't like to be in a community where we can't discuss some things there's some things of importance that affects every man, woman, and child. And abundance is something that we all should have. And if we don't change, we don't correct the things in our mind or our thought process and where we and how we have lived at this point. If you have not had abundance in your life ever, and you see us and you're in this TBC community, you should do your due diligence to learn about improving your self-worth to the point where you feel like you should be a recipient of it. Because that's why some people are not cash flowing. They don't want to they don't want to go get this, they don't want to get the instruction. They don't want to get the coaching. They don't want to get the things that can take them to get them to the next level. See, people are like you've always said, Tenny, in your broadcast, they don't want to do the work. They want a handout. Well, TBC is not a handout. Okay? So, I don't know, Marlene, are you there, dear? I know she was on a few minutes ago. I don't know if you can unmute yourself. I don't know. Maybe she's probably got somebody in the office because she was unmuted a few minutes ago. I saw that she did. But I know she's in agreement to what we're saying. All I can say to you all, Christina and Tendy, y'all are so on point today, what you're saying, we know what abundance is. We know the definition of it. It's just that we got some people here we're just not deserve. Some people are just out there that not deserving. The reason they're not deserving of it or not worthy of it, because they haven't corrected in their mind about what it is to receive and what it is to give and what it is to help men, women, and child. I know what it is. You all know what it is. I'm trying to get my goal is Marlene, I want to get to a point where we can help so many people, just not in her native country, the Philippines, but all around the world. We want to help people so bad. People like you, Attendee, and Gabriel, and some other people in Nigeria. See, it's not always your fault in living in the conditions that you're in. It's not, sometimes, we don't want to say it, but sometimes it's our parents, because they haven't been taught certain things. And they only taught you what they knew, what they knew then as you was a little baby. If they're not getting the proper instruction to teach you, then you may have failed in some things. But that's okay. It doesn't mean you have to stay the same way you are. And so with my cry out to a lot of TBCians is that please don't stay the same way you are. So folks, like I said before, there's a lot of things we could talk about in the subject matter of abundance. And abundance here in the Billion Coin as well. There's a lot of things we could talk about here. I wish we could have a whole panel of people, like we do in our broadcasters meetings, because we see that word so much in the blog over the past 3.5 years. And I don't know if people really know what it really, I wonder if they really know what it means or what effect that it should have on a man, woman, or child. So what I want to say to all of you that are here today, I want to thank all of you for being here. we are definitely hit on some strong points today. I'm so glad, Christina, you showed up today. I know you've been real busy. You know, as well as Tenny. Oh, by the way, Tenny, I love that that video I saw, and I don't care whether it was short or not, but it was of quality, talking about scammers. I saw it on YouTube. You know, I subscribe to your YouTube channel, so it pops up on my phone. I listen to it, and every time you put you put one on YouTube, it pops up on my phone, so I listen to your broadcast. So, you know, we are all voices of TBC, all three of us. You know, we are all voices of TBC, and we'll keep being voices of TBC and getting the right words out to help people and our TBCians. We, of course, you know, tomorrow I'll be my 567th. I'll be back tomorrow, and around this same hour. And I don't know if I do a part 3 or not, because this is such a good subject matter. But I'm thinking about it, but I'm deciding what I'm going to do tomorrow. I may talk about leadership tomorrow. I may talk about leadership, because that's a great subject matter. A great subject matter. It's certain. See, what I'm focusing on the last few days is certain terms that affect us in business, or what we're doing in TBC. Leadership is a good word. Abundance is a good word. You know, ignorance is a good word. Is a word to talk about. You know.
Focus.
Focus is a good word. It's so many good words. So this is what we're doing all week. This we're gonna be talking about different things. Renee, you there, dear? I heard it's coming on. Renee, you there? I see she unmuted.
I'm here.
Oh,
Can
you
you hear
here?
me?
Yes, there. Yes. Yeah. What you think about this subject matter of abundance we talked about today? It's pretty good, isn't it? You there? She must have. Are you there, honey?
I think that was a phone call.
Yeah, I think she must have had a phone call or something. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll get back with Merlene, because I talked to her on the phone. I just want to say that, folks, it's been a great discussion today. And if you have the time in your schedule, if you can, or you got the data on your phone as intending, I'll let you come back tomorrow or the rest of this week, because we're going to talk about some really good subject matters, really center in on some things. And maybe, you know, if you got some of your colleagues out here at the TBC that you know you're good friends with, get them here too, because we want to send more people so we can get a discussion about this. I think admin really would like something like this.
What?
I meet her because now she's having a conversation with somebody else. But anyway, like I'm saying again, I really like to have more people here so we can talk about a little bit more, you know, and we'll see what happens this week. We have the broadcasters meeting on Monday, and I'm sure we'll see each other then too. And so look for a better day tomorrow. Okay. So I'd like to say thank you, everybody, and peace to everybody. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
peace.
so much.